Have you ever questioned why some people seem to have an immediate aversion to you, even when there's no apparent reason? It's as if, no matter what you do, there's always someone who looks at you with disdain or antipathy. The question of why some people simply hate us poses a mystery that doesn't always root in our actions or words. Sometimes, the reasons behind this hatred are deeply rooted in psychological complexities, disguised envy, or misunderstandings. Understanding this phenomenon isn't just a matter of curiosity but is essential for navigating the complex social dynamics we face daily. In this special video, we'll explore 9 reasons why people may develop intense negative feelings towards us. Before diving in, I want to thank you for the incredible support you're giving me. It's a pleasure for me to create these videos and, even more so, to receive your comments full of love. I read them all. If this is your first time on the channel, click the like button and activate the notification bell so YouTube recommends this video to more people like you. Now, let's embark on this transformative journey together. Are you ready? 1. Envy and jealousy. One of the most common and profound reasons someone might develop feelings of aversion towards you is envy or jealousy. These corrosive emotions act as genuine poisons in interpersonal relationships, capable of transforming admiration into repulsion and respect into resentment. Envy and jealousy often arise when someone sees in you something they desire for themselves but believe they cannot attain. This feeling can be triggered by various motives, from your professional success and personal achievements to aspects of your personality or lifestyle. Often, envy and jealousy reflect a person's internal dissatisfaction with their own life. Instead of finding inspiration in your achievements or rejoicing in your happiness, they see your qualities and successes as a mirror reflecting their own failures or bad luck. This emotion can evolve into deep resentment, leading them to wish for your failure or downfall in an attempt to alleviate their own pain or dissatisfaction. The most destructive aspect of envy and jealousy is that they can drive envious or jealous people to resort to gossip, defamation, or even sabotage to undermine your efforts and achievements. They may try to discredit your work or spread falsehoods about your character, all in the hope of knocking you off the pedestal where, in their minds, you stand. It's crucial to recognize that envy and jealousy are the problems of the person who feels them, not yours. Although it's easy to internalize the hatred and start questioning or blaming yourself, it's important to remember that you are not responsible for another person's feelings of inferiority or dissatisfaction. Your achievements and qualities should not be diminished due to someone's inability to deal with their own internal problems. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't worry about things that are beyond your control." The feelings of envy and jealousy of others are clearly something beyond your control, and Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what you can control, your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Understanding that envy and jealousy are often the root of the hatred some people feel towards you can help you navigate these complicated interactions. Knowing how to deal with these negative emotions maturely and passively, without letting them affect you, is a vital skill for maintaining your inner peace and continuing on your path of personal and professional growth. 2. Misunderstandings and ineffective communication. These factors, although they may initially seem small or insignificant, have the potential to foster deep and lasting resentments. At the heart of these misunderstandings are often misinterpretations or a lack of clarity in how we express ourselves or interpret the words of others. Misunderstandings arise when there's a discrepancy between the intention of a message and how it's perceived. A misplaced word, a misinterpreted tone of voice, or even a facial expression can be enough to create a wrong impression. These small communication failures can lead to mistaken beliefs about intentions or attitudes, leading someone to think you're disrespectful, indifferent, or even hostile. On the other hand, ineffective communication significantly contributes to the building of emotional barriers and misunderstandings. This can occur when we fail to express our thoughts and feelings clearly, leaving room for erroneous interpretations. In other cases, the inability to practice active listening and truly understand the other person's perspective can lead to wrong assumptions and judgments. These scenarios become fertile ground for developing negative feelings. When people feel misunderstood or believe they have been misinterpreted, they may start to develop aversion based on these failed communication experiences. What began as a small misunderstanding can grow and transform into hostility that often has no relation to the reality of the situation or the relationship itself. Recognizing the importance of misunderstandings and ineffective communication as reasons for the emergence of negative feelings is crucial to avoid unfounded hatred. It's essential to strive for clear, open, and honest communication in all interactions. Additionally, it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt and seek clarifications when there is uncertainty. Doing so can prevent unnecessary resentments from building up and maintain interpersonal relationships on a healthier and more positive basis. 3. Differences in fundamental values and beliefs. We live in a diverse world where each person is shaped by a unique set of values and beliefs that guide their perceptions, decisions, and behaviors. When these values conflict with those of another person, it can be the starting point for disagreements and eventually hatred. Differences in values can range from political and religious views to opinions on work ethics and lifestyles. When someone sees their values as absolutely correct or superior, any person with a different set of beliefs can be seen as an adversary or a threat. This us versus them mentality is a common source of interpersonal conflicts and can quickly transform disagreement into disdain. Additionally, when a person's beliefs are deeply rooted, any challenge to these beliefs is often perceived as a personal attack. This can trigger an intense defensive response, resulting in hostility directed towards the person who represents that perceived threat. In situations like this, the conflict isn't limited to divergent opinions, it becomes a battle between identities and worldviews. These differences can also lead to stereotypes and hasty judgments. When people don't make an effort to understand the other's perspective and resort to generalizations, they create barriers that hinder empathy and mutual understanding. These judgments can turn into hatred, especially when fueled by unrecognized fears or prejudices. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the idea that our personal beliefs and values are the result of our individual experiences and perceptions. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, would remind us that each of us is the product of our own education and environment. In that sense, it's natural for people to have different sets of values and beliefs. Fostering open dialogue, tolerance, and respect for differences can not only prevent hatred but also enrich our own experiences and understanding of the world. Accepting that not everyone will share our perspectives is essential for maintaining harmonious and respectful coexistence. 4. Influence of rumors and gossip. Another significant factor that often leads to the development of feelings of hatred is the influence of rumors and gossip spread by third parties. These talks, often false or exaggerated and motivated by malice or the simple desire to create intrigue, can be extremely damaging. They have the power to shape people's perception of you in an unfair and often irreversible way. Rumors and gossip act like a virus in social relationships, spreading quickly and infecting people's opinions before you have the chance to present your true story. Once a rumor starts circulating, it can take on a life of its own, distorting reality and creating a false image of who you are. This is particularly destructive when the rumors refer to negative or sensitive aspects of your life or personality. The problem with rumors is that, even when unfounded, they can be incredibly convincing. People tend to believe what they hear, especially if the rumor confirms their own suspicions or prejudices. Additionally, the forbidden or sensational nature of a rumor can make it more attractive and therefore more likely to be spread. The spread of false or misleading information creates a toxic environment where you are judged and condemned without proof or justice. The consequences can range from social isolation and loss of friendships to more severe impacts on your professional and personal life. Hatred generated by rumors can be one of the most difficult feelings to combat, as you are fighting against a fabricated image and not against reality. It is essential, therefore, to be aware of the powerful influence that rumors can have in forming hatred towards you. Although it can be challenging, it is important to try to dismantle these rumors with the truth and maintain integrity regardless of the falsehoods being spread. Remember that your authenticity and honesty are your best tools against the poison of rumors. Trusting in your truth and maintaining transparency in your interactions can help to debunk lies and rebuild your image in the eyes of others. Remember that, in the long run, truth and integrity will prevail over falsehoods and malice. 5. Personal insecurities and projection. This is a complex and often overlooked reality that plays a crucial role in the dynamics of interpersonal hatred. Personal insecurities, when not faced and overcome, can turn into envy, resentment, and eventually hatred towards those who seem not to share the same weaknesses or fears. These insecurities can originate from various sources, such as past experiences, perceived failures, social comparisons, among others. As Seneca said, when someone feels insecure, they can inadvertently project those feelings onto others, especially onto those who seem to represent the opposite of their own insecurities. For example, if someone has insecurities about their career, they might develop resentment towards a colleague who is succeeding and advancing professionally. This projection of insecurities acts as a psychological defense, an attempt to deal with internal feelings of inadequacy. Instead of facing and working on their own insecurities, it is easier for some people to direct their frustration and negativity towards others. This process can give rise to feelings of hatred, as the person sees in you a constant reminder of their own struggles and deficiencies. Another aspect of this dynamic is the sense of threat that your achievements or qualities may represent to someone with deep insecurities. Instead of seeing your successes as inspiring, these people may perceive them as a mirror reflecting what they lack. This can trigger a negative emotional response, as they feel that their own position or self-image is being challenged or diminished. It is crucial to understand that someone's personal insecurities and the resulting feelings of hatred are not about your actions or who you are, they are, instead, a manifestation of that person's internal battles. Understanding this can help you not to take these negative feelings personally and to maintain a healthy perspective in your interactions. Additionally, recognizing this dynamic can be the first important step in addressing these feelings in a compassionate and empathetic manner, helping to dispel misunderstandings and foster a more positive environment. 6. Lack of empathy and understanding. In an ideal world, empathy and understanding would be the driving forces in our daily interactions. However, one of the most evident reasons that lead someone to harbor feelings of hatred is precisely the lack of these essential qualities. The inability to feel empathy or understand the experiences and perspectives of others can create a chasm between people, leading to misunderstandings and, ultimately, to hatred. Lack of empathy manifests in the inability to put oneself in another's place, to feel what the other person is feeling, or to understand their motivations and reactions. When someone lacks empathy, their interpretations and reactions to others' actions can be severely distorted, leading them to perceive offense where there is none and to misinterpret intentions. As a result, they develop deep resentment based on a flawed understanding. This lack of understanding is often exacerbated by prejudices, hasty judgments, and the inability to consider context and nuances. People who lack empathy tend to see the world in black and white terms, which can lead to wrong and unfair perceptions of others. Their judgments are often based on assumptions or a superficial view of the situation without making an effort to truly understand the other person. Lack of empathy and understanding can also be a manifestation of egocentrism. Egocentric people are so focused on themselves that they find it difficult to recognize or value others' experiences and feelings. This egocentrism can translate into insensitivity, leading them to treat others' problems or successes with contempt or indifference. This attitude can easily be interpreted as hostility or hatred. Recognizing the lack of empathy or understanding as a reason for hatred is crucial for addressing these situations. It is important to remember that, in many cases, the hatred someone feels for you is more a reflection of their own emotional limitations than anything you have done. Understanding this can help you address these conflicts with a more balanced perspective, seeking ways to build bridges of understanding when possible or to protect yourself from negative emotional influences. 7. Competition or rivalry. This type of relationship, often steeped in competition and constant comparison, can become a powerful source of negative feelings. When competition or rivalry intensifies, it can turn into hatred that transcends the limits of a simple dispute, becoming an obsession to surpass or harm the other person. Competition and rivalry are common in various aspects of life, whether in the workplace, social circles, or even in family relationships. Normally, healthy competition can be a stimulus for growth and personal improvement. However, when that competition becomes obsessive or when rivalry is based on insecurities, jealousy, or past resentments, it can degenerate into a burning desire to see the other fail. This transformation of competition into hatred often occurs when a person feels constantly overshadowed or belittled by the other. Instead of seeking to surpass their own limits or achieve their goals, the focus shifts to defeating or diminishing the other. This feeling can intensify when it is perceived that the other's achievements or recognition are undeserved or come at one's own expense. Furthermore, as Marcus Aurelius indicated, intensified rivalry can lead to destructive behaviors such as defamation, sabotage, or personal attacks. The need to win at any cost can undermine the sense of ethics and justice, resulting in actions aimed at directly harming the other person. These treatments not only harm the target person but also corrode the character and integrity of the perpetrator. Recognizing competition and rivalry as a possible reason for hatred is important for understanding the nature of these relationships. By identifying these feelings in others or oneself, one can seek ways to transform competition into collaboration or at least learn to compete in a healthy and respectful manner. Remembering that one person's success does not diminish your own and that there is room for everyone to shine can be a powerful antidote against hatred born of competition and rivalry. 8. The influence of social expectations. At times, people may develop negative feelings if they feel you don't meet the social norms or expectations they deem important. For instance, imagine living in a community where adherence to specific cultural traditions and values is expected. If you choose a life path that significantly differs from these expectations, such as pursuing an unconventional career or having a relationship that doesn't conform to traditional norms, some people might feel uncomfortable or resentful about that choice. This is because your choice challenges their own beliefs and expectations, which can lead to hostility. Social pressure and fear of the unknown can drive these feelings of hatred. It is essential to remember that your life and choices are yours to make, and you should not conform to others' expectations despite opposition. Maintaining authenticity and living according to your values is crucial for your happiness and well-being. 9. Lack of recognition. The final reason someone might develop negative feelings towards you is the lack of recognition. Sometimes, people expect or desire their efforts, achievements, or contributions to be acknowledged, and when they feel they are not receiving the attention or recognition they believe they deserve, they may begin to feel resentment or even hatred. Lack of recognition can be particularly relevant in work, family, or social settings where competition for attention or appreciation is high. Epictetus stated, "When someone perceives their achievements or hard work are ignored or minimized, it can generate feelings of bitterness towards those who seem to receive more recognition." It is important to remember that recognition can be subjective and vary according to individual expectations. Some people may need more validation and appreciation than others. Open communication and expressing recognition can help prevent the buildup of unjustified resentments and foster healthier relationships. After exploring the 9 reasons why people might develop feelings of hatred towards you, it becomes clear that navigating the complex world of interpersonal relationships requires both care and understanding. It is crucial to recognize the importance of distancing yourself from those who, driven by their own problems and insecurities, seek only to destroy you and disrupt your peace. This distancing is not an act of weakness but of strength and self-preservation. Hatred is often less about who you are and more about the internal struggles of the person feeling it. Whether due to envy, misunderstandings, differences in values, rumors, personal insecurities, lack of empathy, or rivalry, these reasons reveal more about the person who hates than the person being hated. It is vital to understand that you are not responsible for another person's negative emotions, nor is it your role to try to please everyone. By understanding these factors, you can develop a more balanced perspective on relationships. Instead of internalizing hatred and allowing it to affect your self-esteem and worldview, you can choose to focus on your own qualities, strengths, and the development of healthy and positive relationships. To conclude, I want to leave a message of encouragement. Remember that each person is unique, with their own qualities, flaws, and paths to follow. The reason someone may hate you reflect the battles that person is facing within themselves. Therefore, continue your journey with integrity, kindness, and authenticity. Value those who respect and appreciate you for who you are, and know that by doing so, you are creating a healthier and happier environment for yourself and those around you. I am eager to hear your stories of triumph. So, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment below. Share your journey, your victories, and even your struggles.